All right, lads, welcome back to me podcast, Cheaper Than Therapy. Mick Thomas here. How are you? Thanks for coming back, liking, subscribing, and sharing, and all of that good stuff. This Friday, this Saturday, I have 4 shows, 2 on each night at the comic strip, New York City. Come on down. It's been a lot of fun. Check out my other podcast with my good buddy Corey Brooks, The Manxiety Show. Also available wherever you get this podcast. YouTube, all that stuff. Head over to YouTube. Watch me sweat my balls off right now. That's where that is where it is at right now. Happy Memorial Day. I don't know when this actually is coming out. I think I could be delayed based on technology and obligations and all that stuff. Happy Memorial Day, which is on a Monday. You might be listening to this on a Tuesday. But if you are not in America, like many of the listeners, then just happy regular Monday or Tuesday. Depends on when you got this. So, hope you're enjoying the Memorial Day, which is, a great day for everybody here in America. It's where all our past troops all died so we could get discounts on patio furniture. Yeah, it's supposed to be a day of remembrance for all the troops, those who gave their lives for the country, but it's not that, is it really? It's not that anymore. It's all these sales, memorial sales. Honda are having a sale this Memorial Day. You know what I mean? And it's like, I think you should give those sales, but they should just be to people who served in the military or family members, right? You get to walk in and just, hey, here's me thing, served in the war. Can I get 60% off that patio furniture or off that new TV, please? It's not just for fat fucks sitting around doing nothing. And then they go, oh, you know what? It's on sale. Thanks to all those people who gave their lives for this discount on patio furniture. You know, I just don't think that's what they had in mind when they went to war. You know, and it goes back to all the wars, right? You have, in Afghanistan, you had the Gulf War. You go back even further, then you go, Vietnam, World War I, World War II, Korean War. Back to the Civil War, when you went back to, that guy with the, he would just go across the field in the middle of battle, and he would have a flute, and a drummer. They would have a drummer and a flautist. What would you call him? Flute player. And they went, what a weird thing to have your army just have like instruments as you just go charging into battle, and there's a guy playing the flute, and he gets shot down with a fucking musket. He goes down. What do? You pick up, next guy picks up the flute, and he keeps going. Or do they go, oh no, they got Charlie the flute guy. Charlie's down. Let's go get, now the war's over. We lost our flute guy. You never talk about those. I want to make a movie, actually, like a comedy. Wouldn't that be funny, about the guy who played the flute during the Civil War? So all those guys who are out there giving their lives, their family saying goodbye to them, probably for the last time, and they're, just in the shit, just hiding behind rocks, getting shot at, rocket launchers, bullets, muskets, whatever the time period it was. And they're pulling themselves through, because people will get 35% off a fridge. So whatever your thing was, and then what do we do too? We just get fat. We just eat many burgers. I did this weekend. I was like, you know what? I'm going to be healthy this week. I'm going to be very, very healthy. Going to get up. I'm going to go, and this Memorial Weekend had some shows. I'm just going to go. I was scheduled to go to one barbecue with a good buddy of mine. So I said, I'll go there, have a burger, just a burger. Went to the barbecue, had a lot of fun. Came back, so tomorrow I'm going to relax and do nothing. Corey called me up, Corey from the Manxiety Show. Hey man, we're having a barbecue at my house. I didn't really, really want to go. Nothing to do with Corey, I was just exhausted. And I said, the day's too nice. I wanted to sit back and relax, watch TV and stuff. But the day was too nice. So I said, I'll take, the family out to that one, to Corey's house for an hour. So I'm basically 7.5 burgers, 2 hot dogs this weekend in a whole big bowl box of cream puffs that Corey's mother kept shoving into my face. And so between 2 barbecues, like I said, I'm 7.5 burgers, 2 hot dogs in, a bunch of cookies and shit. So yeah, that was not my plan. That was not my plan. And again, that's what troops gave their lives for people like me to come to this country and just eat fucking 7.5 burgers and 2 hot dogs. So if you have a military in your family, make sure you thank him for me, won't you? Disgusting. Ashamed. Very, very ashamed. And I started a new gym this morning, actually. I went back. I finally left. Do you hear this dog back there? What's he? He's on the ground licking his balls. That's what that noise is. You can hear, by the way. You can't see him. He's on the ground. I don't know if you listen carefully. Listen. He stopped now because I know I'm talking about him. Stop licking your balls, you dirty fucker. Ignores me. Just ignores me. So I went to LA Fitness, left Planet Fitness, broke up with Planet Fitness. It wasn't working out. There was shit in the shower, and that was the breaking point. You know what I mean? I could handle the fact that weights only go up to 75 pounds on certain things. I can handle dirty people who don't wash down machines. I can handle fights breaking out. I can handle people working out in jeans. You know, all of it. All the old guys who I used to love talking to in the morning. I love talking to some of them. But I went into the shower and there was just, and it wasn't like someone shit in the shower before me. And I'm like, that's just new shit, innit? That's just new shit. It was baked. It was like a solid rock. It was baked into it. Because I was already in the shower before I realized I was showering up. And so water had been hitting it for a while. It just wasn't moving. I was like, I can't do this anymore. I can't do it. And then thank you very much to all the troops, again, who gave their lives because they were having a sale. LA Fitness were having a sale. Because it used to be it was like $215 to sign up with $30 a month. And I was like, how is it so much just to sign up? And the guy was like, well, it's the annual fee and you pay it up front. I go, what is the annual fee cover that the membership fee doesn't cover? And he couldn't tell me. And I talk about this on another episode. Couldn't tell me. And so it's like, I don't need to join. Thanks so much. So they were having a sale where it was only $25 to sign up this weekend. And I took advantage of it. And I signed up for LA Fitness. And I went there this morning. So it's kind of over between me and Planet Fitness. I have to go over there and cancel my membership. I got to go over and break up with them. Which they don't care really, like the staff there, like they used to be kind of, remember how hard it was that you cancel your gym membership but they still take money out of your account for months and months. Now it's just you walk in, you got to sign something, say, why can't I just cancel it on the app? Why do I have to go up there and break up with you? Like I just want an app, the break up thing, walk in, no longer a member. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to be part of your club anymore. You know, I can't handle the fact that if there's shit in the shower, you should give me back all my money, all my $10 a month that I've been paying for the last 2 years. Yeah, so I go to LA Fitness, and it's it's just a bigger gym. It's got more equipment, so a lot of the same, but a lot of different things. That you're not limited to. You're not limited to the workout in. And I go, but you know what it has? It has a lot of lick lippers, and I call them lick lippers. Lip lickers, by the way, lip, if I'm saying that wrong. And it's the new generation, and I'm going to sound like the old man now, I don't understand kids today. But the kids do this thing now with their hair where it's curly. They're all curly, so they must be getting perms. So they're getting perms, and they're cutting their hair into mullets, right? But what they're doing is, it's the new thing, and they all wear the same outfit. They all wear the same kind of pastel color shorts. One's got pink, one's got a purple, one's got an orange, maybe a white. And they come in, they're in packs, right? They're in packs. It's never one alone. You'll never see one alone. But they're in packs, and they come into the gym, and they have that hair it's permed and cut into a mullet. But they're lick. So every moment you see them, and I first saw them on TikTok, and I thought, this is a character, right? This is kind of this is satire. This is not real. And they do, like, they'll lick their lips. They'll go, and girls apparently cream, right? They'll do that, and I saw them on TikTok and Instagram doing it. I was like, they're not real people. And so they do that. They walk around the gym, just not working out, just standing in front of the mirror, and there's no meat on the bones at all. Like, it's weird. And again, I'm not knocking other men here. I don't want to do that, but we all get to look like what we want to look like. But it's just like, and they'll stand in front of the mirror and they'll compliment each other on their lipping ability, and and I blame women. I do. I really blame women for a lot, and I mean this respectfully. I blame women for a lot of the world's problems. At least in the America and Europe, the third world countries are the countries that are run by religion where you don't really have a say, girls. I don't blame. I feel bad for those poor ladies, but the first world, the problems in the first world, I do kind of blame women because, and here's why. Hear me out, and it's just a theory. It's just a theory, and I think it would work. That if you girl if you didn't fuck them, we wouldn't have them. They would have to be forced to change. To be if they if they walked in and got a perm, that's game over anyway. That should be game over. He got a perm, and then he shaves the perm into a mullet, and he's walking around licking his lips, right? And if girls didn't sleep with them, they wouldn't do that. They would go, lads, this perm and mullet, I thought they'd be lining up to sleep with us, but they're not. They're turning us down. But they're not. They're clearly getting it. So therefore, that allows it to happen. And it's not just based on appearance, right? It's also based on action and how people go out into the world. Like if men were real assholes, not like some women call it oh, he's a bad boy. He's an arsehole. Let's be honest. That's not a bad boy, right? And how they talk to you, how they talk to you, right? I hate this camera now; it just lights up. You wouldn't, if you didn't sleep with them, they wouldn't do that. They would just go, lads, something's not right here. What are you talking about? Well, you know what? I told her I'd give her a call before the end of the week. And I'm not saying this is where women don't overreact, by the way, but I'm just saying where if a man says, hey, I'll call you by the end of the week, don't say I'll call you tomorrow, and then you don't mean it, but you won't really call tomorrow. There's a dog. Just go, I'll call you before the end of the week. Okay, that's fair. It gives enough time. And if the end of the week goes by and you don't call them, what are you doing? Right? If they didn't do that, if they weren't loud, obnoxious guys, if you didn't fuck them, girls, they wouldn't be that way. So if they're out yelling, they're loud, you hear them, there's groups of them in cars driving by, and it's such a chimp mentality. And they're in cars driving by, yelling out the window. I see them pumping ungodly amount of music. Again, perms. If you girls just kind of all got together and go, you know what, we could make the world a nicer place, because we would make the men nicer, because they would realize that we can't. Lads, they're not fucking us. We're acting like a bunch of fucking tools, and they're not going to fuck us anymore. But you do, women. You give up every time. You give up every time, and now because of that, you allowed this type of behavior to exist. So I do blame you respectfully for the shit that's going on in the world today. I really do. I really blame it all on you. But anyway, so I did have a great weekend at Governor's Comedy Club, Friday, Saturday. Thank you all for who came out. We nearly sold out. Every show. But it was packed. It was great. The audiences on both shows were phenomenal, just phenomenal. And I really, really had a great time on stage. I was supposed to do 40 minutes, and I did an hour on every show just because. And normally as a comic, you go up there and you're going, you can feel the room, you can feel the energy. And if the club owner says do 45 minutes and you get up there, you're like, oh, fuck, they're done after 30. I'm contractually obligated to stay up there to 45, but no matter how funny you are, they're also done, right? The show may have started late. Maybe the openers were dog shit and I kind of put them in a bad mood. Maybe it was Friday, late show. They're really tired. On Tuesday at the watering cooler at work, it was a great idea to go to a comedy show late on Friday. But then when Friday rolls around, you're exhausted. You've worked all week, so you can feel the room when they're gone, when they've checked out. To know. No reflection on any comedian that kind of, when you lose the room, they're gone. When they're done. And but I stayed up there for an hour because I felt that the audience, you guys who were at the show, gave it to me, and I had everything. Okay, there was fans, there was friends turned up, had everything, hot teachers, like it had, people I had to get people thrown out on the Friday show. because they just wouldn't shut the fuck up talking over, like they were having their own conversation. They weren't heckling. They weren't heckling me, but they got up in the middle of the show to take group selfies. But they were like, so I just like, you gots to go, gots to go. That's exactly what I said. Sounded just like that. That's how I. If you ever come see me at a comedy show, by the way, I don't sound Irish at all. I just sound like gots to go. That's how I sound. But I had it all, man. I had it all. And people were like, oh, you know, people were writing to me after. Like so many people contacted me after the show. You know, it was great. You know, when can we see again? But I recorded the whole thing, the audio for the whole weekend. So I might release an album based on it because it was professionally recorded, audio-wise, from the audience, from me. I was mic'd up. A lot of people couldn't see, but I had a mic hidden, a lavalier mic, I believe they call it in the business. I might release a third album based on it. I don't know. Got to talk to my manager, see what he wants to do. You know, but people are saying, you know, why we, you know, on forum and stuff. You know what was weird, because I was really, really depressed this weekend. And when I usually get depressed, I get funnier. Now my energy changes, right? When I'm kind of like that, I was like, it was, I don't know what brought it on, but there, I think, no, I do. Like, I think what happened was it was the Texas shooting thing. Which kind of was, you know, and I never spoke about it publicly. I don't tweet. I don't do any of that stuff anymore. You know, but I've always been a person that when something like that happens, I immediately make jokes, not at their expense, not about that. But I just go into over the top joke mode. It was like that when my dad died. It was at the funeral. It was just fucking cracking jokes left, right, and center. When I got there, helping with arrangements and all that stuff, and it's exhausting, you know what I mean? But it's kind of how I cope with things. But I went up on stage, and I just think that was on my mind a lot. You know, you got kids, you see it, and it's terrible, and you know, and it's, and that's when I don't listen to the righteous people talk either. You know, the people on, you know, we need to change. There's so much we need to change. You know, there's so much we need to change. And you know what? You look at this thing, and you're an idiot, I think, if you turn to your politicians. I think you're an idiot if you follow politicians. I've always said that. You're an idiot if you follow politicians, because elections are coming up. Now, what they're going to talk about is they're going to find, the second that happened, that tragedy happened when those little kids were sadly taken, immediately you know there's someone in the room who, not through an evil way or you know, to capitalize on it, but you know there's something like, all right, well, how do we take this now and turn it into something positive about us? And that's what they're going to do. That's what all politicians do. So what they'll do is now they're going to work on what to say to you, because something that you want to hear, and then do absolutely nothing about it. You're going to see it. Oh, well, how are we going to bring up inflation? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to do this, that, the other. And you're going to do fuck all. What are you going to do about the shooting? And we're going to do this, that, the other. And you're going to go, oh, that sounds great. Put them in charge. And then you put them in charge, and they do nothing. They're going to do absolutely fuck all about it. And you have to stop believing in these politicians, and you have to start changing things yourselves. And this will probably get taken down. A lot of my stuff gets taken down from YouTube. Anchor, where I house this podcast, have always been great to me. My numbers keep going up and up and up, and Anchor doesn't pull the episodes where I kind of have these weird opinions. I taught my other one last week about conspiracy theories, and it got buried on YouTube. Funny enough, one of those jokes I did on that actually went viral on TikTok, over 1 million people, and you know, check me out on TikTok, Mick Thomas Comedy. But anyway, shameless plug there. But you got to stop believing in politicians. You got to stop trusting in them. You got to stop saying Trump is better than Biden. Yeah, maybe he is, and he probably is. Left versus right, and left are fucking idiots. I'll be honest with you. The left are so fucking idiotic. Just listening to him talk about things like that, you know. And I have so many left friends who are kind of converting over to right, and the right are just as fucking idiots too, because they're coming out defending everything that happened, and they're trying to, you know, well, this wouldn't have happened under such a person, and when you put your stock into politics, you're missing out on things that are important. You know, you're missing out on life because you're putting faith in people that will not do anything for you. They'll talk about doing something for you. They really will. You just have to. I don't know. Maybe go back to putting faith in your fellow person. You know, go out and being kind. And you know, didn't Gandhi say that? Be the change you want to see in the world. You know what? If you want people to stop being arseholes, you just stop being an arsehole and go up and treat people like that. And I feel, you know, the change isn't going to come from your politicians. You can demand all you want to, because you know what? This will calm down. What is it? 21 days to break a habit. 21 days to break a habit. So that's all they got to do now, is put something else in the media to change your mind from it. And we won't be talking about this. We don't even talk about Sandy Hook anymore. We mention it based on this one, right? We mentioned Sandy Hook based on when we compare it to this one. But nobody talks about Sandy Hook anymore up until then. Nobody talks about the fentanyl crisis. Nobody talks about how fentanyl is coming in over the border illegally every day, and more children die from fentanyl overdoses every single day. Nobody wants to change that. Nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to talk about how... I could sit here all day because then it'll just turn political, but there's so many tragedies. And that dog licking the balls over there again. Look at him in the corner. Benny! Stop licking your balls, will ya? Don't sigh. But nobody wants to talk about these things, right? Nobody wants to address anything that, you know, this is the thing now we got to do, and we got to stop the school shootings. And we don't look at mental health. We just sweep it under the rug. We don't look at what this last 2 years have been done to us, what it's done to us mentally. We don't look at the divide in this country, what it's been done to us, what we've allowed, let that be through Russian bots, Chinese bots, whatever, or what we allowed to do on social media, what the media pushes to divide us, you know, because the media does divide us, because that's where the ratings are. We interact more when we fight, when it's me versus you, us versus them, left versus right, blue versus red. When we all fight each other, when we all go back and forth at each other, the ratings go up. We want to watch more, because now we want to watch what our team is doing, you know. And once, you know, and I think nobody's looking at these type of things, and we're playing right into their hands. You know, I don't know where it ends. I don't know where it ends, but I took all of that and it was on stage with it, and you know, instead of being miserable, I turned it into this energy that the audience matched. By the way, my energy is only matched by what the audience is, and the harder they laughed, the harder I pushed, the harder they laughed again. And it was just an exhausting weekend, but just exhausting in a good way, I kind of think. So I don't know where this goes. I don't know where anything goes. I'm sorry about going off on a weird ramble. I thought it was just going to be silly today, but anyway, I hope you just take care of yourselves. You know, I hope you just, you know, prioritize your family, it doesn't hurt you to be kind to anybody, just no matter what their beliefs are. Just be kind to them. Just be kind to people. And you know, like I said, Gandhi said it, and it sounds very hippie-ish, and it sounds very brainwashed in religion and unrealistic, but be the change you want to be in the world. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll do, but I'll leave it at that. Again, I'm at the comic strip this Friday, this Saturday, 4 shows, 2 on each night. I got some other dates coming up, which I'll let you know about, some Irish festivals and stuff where I'm going out to the Midwest. But check out my other podcast, The Manxiety Show. Don't forget to like, subscribe. This is on YouTube. Just subscribe if you go over to YouTube. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. You get to see me, get to see the dog. Anyway, thanks for listening, liking, subscribing. I said all that already. Wash your hands as always, you dirty fuckers. And good luck to you. Thanks for listening.